Greetings to you and welcome. Welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I am your humble servant, Dr. Love Prasad. I'm coming to you today with a heavy heart. And graphic disappointment. If I should express the level of my disappointment, I don't know, it will take the whole show. But I'm very, very disappointed. You know, there was once a time, let's look back not far from now, in the recent past. They had this organization that they call in America, BLM, Black Lives Matter. We're all aware or familiar with that organization. What we are also familiar with is that that organization to some extent mirrors the PNC in Guyana. It mirrors the PNC in Guyana, that BLM, Black Lives Matter. But that organization, Black Lives Matter in America, has been, when it was established, it has been, and to now, Black people, not just in America, but I guess globally, are feeling the effect of that organization. But BLM, Black Lives Matter, was the worst thing that could have ever happened to Black people. The worst thing. You see, an organization like Black Lives Matter, for you to have something like that to represent Black people or claims they represent Black people at the time, it is better for you to get the KKK, one of the disciples of the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan in America, to represent Black people. They would have done a much better job than what Black Lives Matter did. Black Lives Matter abused, misused, took advantage of the vulnerable Black people that they held hostage. They destroyed whatever was left of Black culture, and they just left it like that. They're dissolved. The damage they caused. You know why? Because the people who put that thing together were criminals and crooks themselves. And they were funded by people who were worse than the KKK. So they funded a narrative that was to the detriment of the Blacks, housed in an organization that was pushed by the Blacks. Because what happens? Why this often happens? Because Black people trust Black people. They believe Black people. When you want to get Blacks on your side, put a Black face. It is not by default. The other races are not like that. Like white people trust white people or Indian trust Indians. No. Blacks are continually held hostage by their own kind to the detriment of the Black people. They are being told, indoctrinated, that a Black man should not trust anything that doesn't look like him. He should only trust what looks like him. But the people that are being pushed to him, the choices that are being made available to him that looks like him, they're thieves, robbers, corrupt, pimps, prostitutes, thugs, gangsters, lowlifes, total scums are being pushed to the black man as his leader. But those same people I've listed before, they are funded by the people they're telling the black man don't trust. And this effect is felt around the globe. I want to bring up a recent that used to trend. This man from Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore. They pushed him to gain the trust of the citizens in Burkina Faso. But he's worse, much worse than the one before that. But they paint this charade and this kind of image. He's a man for the people. Trust him. He's black. He looks like you. He's young. He wants what's best for you. Not knowing that the people who controlled him were the same people who controlled the one before him. They keep holding the innocent blacks at ransom because the black man is indoctrinated to believe that he always needs a savior. He should not be self-aware, self-sufficient, and independent like the other races. He must always wait for a savior to come to deliver him. And the saviors that kept coming since slavery ended are corrupt lunatics out of the black community. Every fucking one of them destroyed the black man much more than they met him. Destroyed. Before the 1930s, do some research. Look at the African life throughout the globe before the 1930s. Look at the life of the black man before that. Consider the life of the black man from the 80s, from 1980 to now. And look at his life, 1980, go back. Every decade, the black people gets worse, lower, the value goes lower every decade. While opportunities are more available than it used to be, yet the black man's life is never improving with the time. And everybody else is moving up, but not him. Why? Because of the fucking leaders that are being made available to black people. Trust him. And these leaders are shitty, fucking shitty, filth. Filth. From Africa to America to Guyana, the black leaders are fucking filth. Useless. And they have the audacity to cuss the Indo-Guyanese or the white man or the Chinese. The audacity, they come on television, they come on social media, and they're blaming, casting the blame, telling the black man, hey, look, your problem there. Your problem is Ali, it's the PPP, it's the Chinese, it's the white man. Look, your problem. Presenting themselves as the solution. It keeps happening and happening and happening, and yet you Negroes are not waking up. Everybody else is awake but you. I want the PNC as an organization to just die. Just die, man. You know, there's some people that them being alive is wasteful. Their own relatives are praying for them to just die. Just go to God, just die, man. They're not making any difference, no impact. They're not doing anything for society. Nothing whatsoever. But still they hold on to life. They continue to live. And you think that Somehow the universe is allowing those people to live just to punish you. You just want them to die, like them junkies that are sleeping on the roads, stealing, robbing. They're doing nothing. They're not making any contribution to nothing. They are stink. They are parasites. They're nasty. They make the place look like a fucking foul pen. And sometimes you're asking yourself, why can these fucking junkies just die? So the state comes and clean them up and just dump them somewhere and finish with it. Because they're there sitting at your shop. They're sitting there. You know they are useless. You try to rehabilitate them for what? Only for them to get another chance to sneak out and go back to the drugs. They're making no sense whatsoever, none. And all you want is like, can they just die? But life don't work like that. Life don't work like that. So the PNCs like those junkies, useless, useless. Or let me say the APNU. They are useless. Every time they keep recycling these same corrupt lunatics. And all they come back with the same rhetoric, twist it to suit whatever times they're in, and get the blacks in their grip to milk and milk and milk. And at the end of it all, the average black person in Guyana who is hooked onto the PNC is worse off than they were 5 years ago. So even if you were from another party and you go and you appeal to them, come out of that mentality. Walk the walk with the others who don't look like you. They're so in slavery. They're so enslaved emotionally. They think that if they can identify with another culture or another party, they're betraying a party that they have nothing, no kinship, no relationship, no investment, nothing to do with that party or that culture. But this is how they keep arresting the emotions of the average black person, and it's affecting the black person for their worst. For their worst. You tell me something. Tell me, let's talk about this here. I'll go to my subject just now. Let's talk about this. All of them talking about, not them, and this is where I'm pissed off about this, the Ministry of Home Affairs. You think if you keep talking about fucking statistics, oh, crime is going, you think that is comforting to people? You think when you talk about statistics and you're telling people, yeah, it was 50% then, now it's 27%, you think that is comforting to people? It's like telling a woman, yeah, honey, you know, but I mean, last year he used to beat you every day, but you know, this year he's just doing it like 2 times a week. Just be patient. Eventually he's going to beat you once a week, and then maybe every weekend, and maybe once a month, and before you know it, you die. Just hold on, just bear up. That's what they're doing. And all the time, all this statistic that they're talking about, it doesn't affect the black communities. It doesn't affect the black communities. Because if crime was 30% and it's 27%, now it means that the 3% of the criminals who were committing crime were not black people. They were other races. And they stopped. They stopped, or they're dead, or they're too old to do it, or they become handicapped. They can't do crime anymore. The 3% are non-black people, but the 27% was 27% in Barnum time, during the Jack Deere regime, in Granger time, in Ali time, and it's still 27% because the 27% all black. If you say 27%, if you say crime is being dropped by ratio of demographic or race, and before it was 50% perpetrators were blacks, and now the perpetrators are 27% blacks, that's a different thing. But if you say overall, still who are the majority that are committing the crime? Who are the majority? Black people. So how, tell me how, all these leaders that you have, I don't fucking have leaders, I'm my own leader. All these leaders that you, the Afro-Guyanese, has, from your church, your community, your politicians, how have they made a difference as it regards influencing or inspiring the criminals to stop committing their crimes? How? In the black communities, you have more churches, but yet those communities have the highest level of crime, violent crime. So how are these leaders making a difference? How? When it comes to morals, I'm talking about public presentation. When you're talking about the ethics of socializing, when it comes to morals, character, or standing, the people that has the lowest moral standards are Afro-Guyanese. Generally, the lowest. They behave the worst in public. They're the ones who quickly would throw garbage in the city. They walk and they spit right there, they piss right there, they shit right there. They're the ones that has the loudest voice. They're the ones that dress the most indecent in society. They're the ones that bullies everybody else. The Afro-Guyanese, not black people, Afro-Guyanese. Because while a lot of you might not be stealing, look at how you dress. While a lot of you might dress decent and you're not stealing, look at how you behave. You know, you're top of your voice, you scream, you shout. The worst are the Afro-Guyanese. Look at their social media. Look at their social media. Look at their TikTok or social media in general. Look at it there. You'll see what I'm talking about. Look around in society. Go anywhere. Go to any community in Guyana. Any community in Guyana. Look at the people who are dressing the worst. Look at the women who dress more indecent. Their boobs are always out. Their pussy is always out. And you'll see who I'm talking about. Look at the men who are always walking around with weapons, sticking out, who are always involved in brawl, fighting, who are always conspiring to steal, rob. Black men. The older ones are sending the young ones to do it. Black people. I challenge you to prove me wrong. I challenge you. You can't. Because while you might be different, your household is fucked up. The people that you live with, but you can't correct them. Who does she think she is? And even if you move out of that house and you rent somewhere, you go to live in a community, your neighbor might be black, scums. You can't escape it, can you? Yeah, you can. You can. So the black leaders that you are given an option to choose, they're all scums. Scums. Low life scums. All of them. So you don't have a choice. They're presented to you. So whether there might be 5 or 6, they're presented to you. You have to choose from amongst those. And they're all fucking scums. So you can't choose. And even if you choose, there's no difference. No distinctive difference from the others. They're the same. Same platform, same modus operandi, same mentality, same mission to keep the black people poor, vulnerable, needy, unindependent, mental, emotional slavery, and you hold them hostage because of their vote. Because of their vote. You know, in the past, I talked with a lot of Christians in the past, and I tell them, if you are the only Christian in your street, and you're surrounded by Muslims and Hindus, but you're the only Christian, and if you want those Muslims and Hindus to believe that your God is rich and powerful and almighty and whatever, but you are the worst off in the street, you're more poverty stricken, you're terrible, your children are messy. If you want your neighbors to follow your religion, but yet the example they're seeing is like the gutter, you tell me why those people in their right mind would follow your church or your religion. What you should do instead, if you are ambitious and you want to experience the beauties of heaven on earth, then change your religion, become a Hindu, become a Muslim, live like the others, and maybe you would benefit from their fruits. Go with the flow. If not, you might be a theoretical Christian, but you live like a sinner, meaning your lifestyle is just cursed. Cursed. Try other things. Try some other God. Maybe you'll be blessed. And the same people, the same black Christians that I talk with, and I say, if you're struggling as a Christian, become a Hindu and prosper. Become a Muslim and prosper. Or become nothing, be an atheist and prosper. But if you're struggling as a Christian, and for whatever reason you think, well, when you go to heaven, you'll experience milk and milk and honey and all these kinds of stuff. I say, good. Good for you. But why are you going to the Hindu for a job? Why are you going to the Muslim for a job? Why are you going to a bank that are owned by Muslims, owned by Hindus to get a loan? Why are you going to a car center that is owned by a Hindu, a Muslim, to buy a car or to get a car on rent? Why? You can't become one. They're the devil. They worship Satan. They're demonic. But yet you go to them as a Christian for help. What kind of fucking hypocrisy is that nonsense? If Christianity is not working for you, end it. Look at the people who are committing crime. Look at the people who are murdering other people, who are killing other people, who are robbing and stealing and all kinds of public unrest. Look at the people who are doing it. Black people who are Christians. They were raised by the Bible, raised in the church. They went to Sunday school, Sabbath school, and all these fucking theology school. But yet they are social disease. They are diseased. Christians are the criminals. Look at the statistics, man. Don't be mad at me. I'm just calling it out. Look at the facts. If your religion is that good, if it works for you, Christians, the Afro-Guyanese in Guyana, whether you go to church or whatever it is, you were raised as Christians. If it was that impactful, how could you be raised in the church, Sunday school, and then turn out to be a criminal? How does that work? You were raised as a lamb, but you grew up to become a wolf. How? It meant that the medicine didn't work. It didn't work. And that platform that I've just laid there, is because enough is fucking enough. Enough is enough, man. It seems like the legal system, the justice system in Guyana is controlled by black women in Guyana. Most of the magistrates are black women. Most of the judges are black women. The chief justice is black. The chief, not the chief, the acting chief justice is black. The acting chancellor is a black woman. Fuck, man. But yet we can't get control of crime. And all of them are Christians. Everyone are Christians. Most of the magistrate, most of the judges, the acting chancellor, the acting chief justice, all black women. But yet can't bring crime under control. Yet. And the perpetrators, the criminals, most 90% are black men, be it of whatever age, men, males, black males. Criminals are black males, and the ones who control the justice systems are black females. Why can't they work together? Why can the black females who control the justice system in Guyana somehow, through whatever organization they can, reach out to these criminal black men and say, hey man, you're making us look bad. We're tired of seeing your sons come before us. It's terrible, man. Stop this shit. It's terrible because when we send you for life in prison, it makes us feel bad, like we are betraying the race. We put you on bail to give you a second chance for you to pull your act together, but you're making us look bad. The world is condemning us. The world is saying that we are too soft on black criminals. But we're trying to help you fools. We're trying. That's why we don't send your ass to jail directly. Keep putting you on bail and bail and bail and bail and bail, but still you keep fucking up. Why can't you judges and magistrates do that? Tell these fools that they're making you look bad. Tell them they're making you look bad. Don't just sit there with your nice perm and you're useless, fucking useless. Tell me how I'm pissed, really. I'm angry. I am. Now we have a Home Affairs minister. Yeah, she now got a job. She was a magistrate, right? Wasn't she? Okay. Was a magistrate. Now she's a Home Affairs minister. And who did she take the job from? A black man. Female Home Affairs minister, female acting chief justice, female acting chancellor, all black. The three top. Negro, Negro, Negro. Can they at least work together? Can you ladies think you can work together, like get this problem solved? It's the three of you now. Three women. And you know each other. You're all magistrates and lawyers before you get to become a judge and whatever. Can you at least work together? Fix this shit? You have a woman who didn't wake up that morning and consider a call to herself the need to be scarred, to have her sight removed, to face possible death. She didn't have that on her itinerary when she woke up that morning to get dressed and go to her job. She didn't. She thought like everybody else. She has her plans. She maybe planned some vacation or she planned to do whatever. She didn't have that. She didn't see that in her future. She likes being on the phone. The fact that a woman like that likes to take selfie means she likes looking at herself. Pretty beautiful. Looking means she wants her sight. But because of the fucked up system of justice and the punishment of criminals in Guyana, men are emboldened to consider committing crime and actually commit crime. Because to them, they won't catch me on, I'll just spend a few months, this. They don't think of the consequences, because the consequences is nothing to think about. It's nothing to think about. They only think about the chance and opportunity to commit the crime. And when they do, people are left blind, maimed for life, dead, incapacitated. That's what they leave behind, just because they don't see any real consequences for their actions. Or they might just get off, get a lawyer and get bail, and the case take forever to finish, while they're out committing more crime and knowing how to cover their tracks. Because of the justice system that are controlled largely by black women. I'm a black man. I know black women. Yes, I identify as Indo-Guyanese or Indian, but I'm black. I know black people. Leave your emotions out of your judgment. You are doing a favor to the good citizens of Guyana, especially women. Especially women, judges and magistrates. You are doing a service to women like yourself when you punish men the way they should be punished. Okay? That man robbed that woman of her facial beauty, and most importantly, her future. Her future is finished. You tell me what is worse than death. What is worse than death? She will have to suffer the rest of her life, whatever is left of it. That woman that was burned with acid by a jealous ex, and this fucking asshole, mostly, or whatever, his wife, they only got him because he went to inquire for his wife. So he went to the station to ask about his wife, and they got him. That's what the Gordon Mosley guy, the newscast, said, his wife. So you're not trying to build a platform that people should now remove their suspicion that he probably is not the suspect. Because if he's going to look for his wife, it meant that there was not a problem. There was no problem. And if there's not a problem, why would this man wants to harm his wife, whom he has no problem with? So the police could be wrong. They got the wrong person. That's what you're pushing, Gordon Mosley. That's the kind of thought pattern you're pushing now. He gave himself up? Really? People know of the situation. They know of the situation. And she can talk. Gladly, she's still alive. She might be blind, but she can talk. So the man who she don't want anymore, and who probably got to understand that she's dating or she's seeing another man that is better looking than him, maybe more matured, and actually has some money, he couldn't deal with that. He can't deal with the man, so he decided to disfigure the woman because the man wouldn't want her now if she's blind or if she has no pretty face. That's the intent. Because it takes a lot of acid to kill somebody. The most you can do with a small dose of acid is to disfigure whatever part of the person's body. You tend to focus that acid. And since he focused the acid on the woman's face, his intent was to disfigure her face so she would not appear that pretty as she used to be, and men wouldn't want her. But in the process, he took her sight. So here is my thing. Here's my thing. The police had enough evidence to get him. The fact that they would have spoken to the victim, The fact that others around may have witnessed and saw, the fact that they got the evidence to support that this guy is the culprit, and they arrested him, they got him, and then whatever technicalities the judge or the magistrate put him on bail, on fucking bail, a female magistrate. Where is your humanity, judge? Where is your humanity? Aren't magistrates supposed to consider that also? It's always by the text, right? The text, okay. America is my inspiration. My inspiration. You think an American judge would have done that? Go do some research. See what happens to those people when they commit those kinds of acts against people, especially women. There's no bail. Even if they have no evidence to hold the person, as long as they have enough evidence, they hold the person pending the investigation. They will send them out. Release them. This is the thing with Guyanese magistrates. Most of the black ones, they like to give bail. I don't. What is it? What? You. I don't understand. I mean, look at the level of that crime. I mean, the sanctioned man got bail. Now he's the opposition leader. Thanks to the courts that put him on bail, that granted him bail. He's the leader of the opposition in the parliament that these judges and these magistrates have to call Honorable Azruddin Mohammed. First, he was the criminal Azruddin Mohammed. Now he's Honorable Azruddin Mohammed. Them same judges that put him on bail, they got to bow now to him. What do we want? Is it that he has to solve the problem now for these women? Now he has to fight in parliament? And you would get my respect, Azruddin. I want you to do this for me. Make some sense as the opposition leader. Because a lot of you people, like you came out and you had a lot of crap to say with the Guyana case. A lot of bullshit. None of you apologize for the shit you caused. You didn't apologize. You didn't face the consequences. It's gone with the wind. But it's already recorded. It's recorded your reaction to that incident that was proven to be not so. But the countless cases of that was based on actual evidence where women were victimized, killed, abused. We have the recent few days ago where a man murdered his wife. This acid cases. Where the fuck is your voices? Mr. Muhammad? Women vote for you to write. Not only those thugs, women voted for you as well. Indian, Afro, they voted for you. Where is your voice? Are you done with celebrating? You finished with the yacht and you finished with that, you're done? Where is your voice? PNC, you lost. This is why. When these women face this kind of fate, where the fuck is your voice? Norton? Hughes? Now we have this Campbell guy. You come in, yappy, you're babbling. You're babbling now. Oh, by the way, now you see the uses of social media. The others say that social media have no impact. Or you now want to turn to social media to help you with your fight against the government because you realize how powerful it is. Tell that to your buddies. But where is your voice? All these opposition people, all these people in government, all these ministers, especially the female ministers. Where is your voice? Where is your public statement that continue to condemn the violence that these women are facing? Where is your voice, man? Only fucking elections you come and you yap yap, you fucking bullshit, and you talk and you promise and all this shit. I don't give a shit about roads. You understand? I don't give a shit about roads. Okay? I don't. For this nonsense, man. I don't want to hear about we're gonna build this fucking technology, infrastructure, and this. I don't want to hear about that shit. That's why I'm not gonna cover that nonsense anymore. I'm not gonna perpetuate politicians and their bullshit. I'm not gonna push it. Let's get down to what's serious. Condemn the fact that these losers, these lunatics are injuring women like you. You're protected. But women that are making contribution, that woman was going to a job. All these women that they're killing. The one recently was a teacher. Most of these women, most of the Guyanese women are employed. They're making a difference in the society. They are contributing towards the development of the economy. They are helping the fucking country. Why can't you women that have some kind of power use that platform and condemn these crimes? Talk every opportunity you get. Don't sound political. Cuss it out. Talk against it. Force the government to push laws. Force the Ministry of Legal Affairs to pressure these judges and these magistrates to stop their bullshit. Everything is bail, 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 bail. And every time they put these men on bail, they go and they destroy. If it's not that, the police hold them for whatever time and they lose them. You think that society can exist without women? These are young women. These are young women. What? Because they're black? Because most of the victims are poor and black? You don't give a shit? They're not from the community of the high class or the elite or their relatives? That's why it doesn't bother you? Because the victims and the perpetrators might be mostly black. You don't care? Yeah, you care when it comes to elections. Those same victims went and vote. You care then. Look. This is why, like I said before, all of this so-called human rights thing and this red thread, these women organization and this ERC ethnic shit and this human rights GRA, GHRA, Guyana Human Rights Association. What, women are not humans? Women are not humans? So they're not included? So the human rights, Guyana Human Rights Association can only come and talk shit when it comes to elections and voting. But when it comes towards the security and the life of women and girls, they're silent. They're quiet. You don't make one statement and you're done. You're talking every day. These ministers, these female ministers, every day you're yapping. The government, every day you're talking. But how much time do you invest in talking against crime? And like I said, fuck technology, okay? There are a lot of countries who don't depend on technology, but they have zero crime. A lot of countries. Don't build us up like, we're trying to improve the technology to fight crime. It is like this. It is like a greedy man, a man who's greedy, telling his wife, honey, I would love to buy you a gift, but when I get that promotion, it may never come. When I get that promotion, and then she has to tell her friends, well, my husband is generous, but right now, when he gets the promotion will never come. But in the meantime, he's working the pussy. The same like the system now. Oh, we're investing in crime. Oh, crime dropped. Oh, with all the cameras. Oh, why can't we prevent it? I'm not talking about solving crime. I'm saying preventing it. Preventing it. And how do you prevent it? How do you prevent it? You want to tell the criminals every corner has a street has a camera? That's how you prevent it. You want to tell the criminals, well, the cops are going to get you if you commit crime. You think that is preventing crime? No. You want to prevent crime? You have to make examples to those when you catch them. Like the man who burned that woman in her face with acid. No. The fact that you put him on bail, that wouldn't prevent it. Okay? They're going to keep doing it and cover their tracks. You want to prevent crime? He should have been remanded to prison. Remanded. He should have. Denied bail. Denied bail. And when the case is completed, when the case is solved, you give him 25 to life. He removed that woman's sight. She will never see again. A young woman, never see again. She don't have any problem with her eyes. She's not diabetic. She hasn't lost her eyes or sight due to chronic diseases. No, it was robbed of her by a criminal. And he's on bail. He should have been remanded. They all should be remanded. And that level of crime, that man should face 25 to life in prison. That's it, he's done. That's how you stop it. When he faces 25 to life and you publicize it, the front of the newspaper, on the news, you keep running it on social media, let everybody know, all them stupid idiots know, in case you're planning to do that, this is what you get, 25 to life. That's how you stop it. I also said in the past, even though when these criminals are about to commit a crime, then they pull this thing over their face, you know, this hoodie or whatever, it might not be close so the cops can see that. But people have to be alert. People, the Guyanese citizens, must be alert and vigilant. When you see somebody coming around you, especially if they're black, on a motorcycle, and then you see suddenly they pull up this thing to cover their nose, run if you can. Run if you can. Scream. Shout at the top of your voice. Alert the rest of the people who are there. From the time these people come and you notice they're pulling stuff up, start to scream. Make noise. There must be cops in the area. Alert them, say, hey, he's putting something over his face. Point them out. There's no COVID, and we're in a summer zone. It's summer. It's hot. So what is the excuse of some person going into a store or walking in the street, and then eventually he start to pull stuff over it? What's his excuse? What? He's trying to prevent COVID? What, his breath smells? What's his excuse? When you notice that, if they're riding on a motorcycle and they're riding and you notice they have a helmet on and then half of the face is covered, pull aside, hold your bag, whatever it is, pull aside, alert the police. The police should be alert and vigilant when they're on the road doing the traffic checks and they notice motorcycles coming and those guys stop them. Why are you covering your face? Stop them. Search them. Trust me, you'll find weapons. Scan their fingerprint. Scan them in the system to see if they're wanted. That's how you stop crime. No fucking technology shit. Always technology. Oh, technology. But yet crime continues. Yet these men are killing women. Yet they're doing these kinds of stuff. Let them understand the level of punishment they'll face. Let them know that. So to Azrin Mohammed, women voted for you. It's not too late. You're the leader of a certain group in Guyana. You have your supporters. You're fighting for them, right? You're going to fight for the rights of the people. Fight for the rights of the women who people like followers that you have are abusing these women. Fight for the rights of those women. Talk about it. Push for legislation to make it harsher punishment. Don't be racist now. Don't be racial because it's a black thing you don't mind. No, don't do that. Indian women are also victims. Indian women are also victims. Look, one was murdered the other day by her loser husband or ex or whatever. Push for legislation. Make it harsh. Harsh. I wish for the day. I wish for the day. Now we have two Muslims. Can't you bring some Sharia law in the system? Incorporate it in the justice system. The Guyanese will support it. When these criminals go and steal, chop off their hands. Chop it off. One. It's a warning. They do it again, chop the other one off. When they commit murder or they rape and they do these things to women, cut their penis. Cut it. They won't die. Cut it. Do that. When they kill, well, you kill them. The ultimate punishment. But you don't give them bail. Bring some Sharia law in the system. Adapt some of the Chinese legislation. Even America. God bless the United States of America. Donald Trump, you're my hero. Donald Trump is my hero. Yep. He's my hero. Look what he did in some of the states. He sent the National Guard, the military, with the police in the state. And guess what happened? Crime went from here to fucking here. Overnight. Because Trump said, fuck it, enough is enough. If them Negro mayors can't solve them thugs in their own state and stop them from killing and robbing and stealing from people, okay, I'm going to do it. The president with balls. Yes, Donald Trump has balls. He says, fuck the mayors. I'm going to send the National Guard and the police to solve these crimes. And he did. And now a lot of the states, people are happy. They're happy. What's wrong with Guyana? What's wrong with Guyana? Why can't our politicians have some balls, man? Why can't they have some balls? If you notice that these magistrates are continually putting people on bail, investigate them, check their case file, look at how they're practicing. There must be a reason for that. There must be a reason for that. Investigate them. You can take license away. Just because you can disbar someone from the legal profession for malpractice, you can do it to judges too. You can disbar a judge, you can disbar a magistrate. But this has to stop. You women in power need to look out for other women because men are fucking up the lives of women. You have to look out for other women. Use your power that was given by a man to help other women. Not because a lot of them who are victims are black women, you don't care. Black lives matter. Only if you can let these black women know that their lives matter. We ain't talking black lives that corrupt sham or the scam of America. Black lives matter when black women can look out for each other. When women can look out for each other, women's lives matter. You have a lot of female cops. Look out for other females. You have a lot of female lawyers. Don't just hustle. Like a female lawyer in Guyana, hustle my mother, hustle her. Instead of helping the woman and doing her job, hustled my mother. Female lawyer, black female lawyer. You think they help each other? They see how best they can use each other. And then you're cussing the Indians, oh, the racists. No, the people who are fucking up the lives of black people are black people themselves. They're so-called leaders. I am angered that you put this man on bail and nobody comes out to say anything. I ain't talking about those who aren't supposed to say anything. I'm talking about all these organizations that whenever the time comes, you know, they have this time of the year when they have this violence against women thing, this whole calendar date and all them shit. Then these hypocrites come out and they make statements. Hypocrites once a year. But apart from that, they don't care. They don't care. Because it's not them, it's not their children, not their daughters, not their cousins, not their relatives, not their friends. No. Shame. But those people should not be given bail. They should not be given bail. I can't make a difference from this position. I can't. But I beg the universe. I beg the universe for the chance and the opportunity that only the universe can give. Nobody else can't afford me that. I beg the universe for the opportunity that I have the position that is necessary to teach all those criminals a lesson. And I mean it. To teach them a lesson. The only human life that has a right and that matters is a human life that lives in accordance to the law and so that others may live. Those lives matter. But the so-called humans who live their lives just to the detriment of others, their lives don't matter. You can get rid of them. Their lives don't matter. Criminals' lives don't matter. That man who destroyed that woman's face, destroyed her sight, destroyed her future, his life don't matter. Doesn't matter. So he should be locked away for the rest of his life. There are no mistakes here. There is no I'm sorry. There's no, oh, are you remorseful? No, none of that shit. This is not a spontaneous move. They don't spontaneously get up and say, I go throw some acid. No, it's planned. Planned. They secure the weapon. They look for the opportune time. It's planned. It takes days. It means it's premeditated. Then they execute it. So what are you talking about second chances? What are you talking about reforming? It's nothing spontaneous. This is not somebody go to the shop to buy and then somebody spunks on him and in a scuffle he may have injured the person that results in the person dead. That's self-defense. That's not planned. When you planned, you leave your house, you got into a car or a taxi or whatever it is, you lure the victim, you spy on the person, you waited for them, then they showed up, then you jump them, you rob them and you choke them, or you use your gun, or you throw the acid. It is planned, premeditated. So when they catch your stupid ass, they should jail you for the rest of your life. And if what you did resulted in the life of the person, then you, the criminal, the perpetrator, should also face the death penalty. Face the death penalty. Because your life don't matter. Society can do well without you. We don't want roaches. We want decent, law-abiding citizens that can live and let others live. If they see somebody has a nice gold chain, work your ass off and buy one too. You see somebody's driving a nice car, work your ass off and buy one too. Buy a better one. But work just like the person worked and buy yours. Don't go steal it or destroy it because you're jealous, or because you're saying that, no. Teach the criminals a lesson. This has to stop. Enough is enough. Every time you look at that woman's face, every time you look at the victim, Every time you see something on social media or the news that resulted in some man murdering a woman, doing this to a woman, don't turn it away. Don't scroll past. Don't turn your face, because you're a fucking idiot if you do that. If you do that, remember, you have daughters, you have sisters, you have female relatives. And if you treat other people's misfortune without any care, your time is coming. And when it happens to somebody that you're connected to, you would hate the world for not giving you the attention as to what your family, your daughter, your relatives face. And don't say it can't happen to you. Yeah, a lot of us say that, right? A lot of us say it can't happen. We'll see. Show empathy. Show empathy. Until next time. I can't smile. I'm still pissed. No, I'm serious. I can't smile. Share this live. Share this live. If you agree with me that, one, they should not put these people on bail, comment below. Say something. Get your voice out. Don't just sit and be quiet. Make a statement. Especially men. If you like women as much as I do, if you like sex as much as I do, don't be quiet. Don't be quiet. Every time a woman is injured, her life is taken, that is one vagina less for you. So stand up and fight. If not, I'm going to be one of the persons, and I'm going to be calling on the Guyanese women to go out and protest. Go out and protest. Leave them hypocritical, backstabbing politicians out. They're useless. Leave them out. Tell them, hey, don't come speak here. Go out and protest. Protest and demand that no bail for men who abuse women, for men who kill women. Demand the death penalty. Go and protest. Don't wait for me. I'm a man. You go do it. You show that you value your life and the life of other women. Organize yourself, go out on the street and protest. Don't go protest when some dumbass PNC leader tells you, oh, we're going to protest for teachers' rights or teachers this. No, that's political protest. Don't join those kinds of stuff. Don't waste your time behind political protest. Protest for justice when it comes to the rights of women. Go out and protest. I'm telling you, go protest. You have my blessings. Bye now.